everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears continue to move through the season and want to find a way to secure win number 3 on the year. It's the Falcons going up against the Bears. Now for the call of this Week 7 matchup, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Atlanta Falcons and the Chicago Bears. They'll throw on first down with Cutler. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 12 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a Chicago first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Oh, you can't teach that. And he's brought down after a good gain.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
A dump off for Dixon. And he's brought down. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it'll be first down Bears.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. How they can get much more balance than this? Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That play almost seemed like a baseball play. See ball, hit ball. But in this case, see guy with ball, tackle guy with ball.
On second down, here's Cutler. He's going to go up top. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Now a run with Hyde. A gain of 3, second down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Hyde. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. And here are the Chicago defensive starters.
Pernell McPhee's a strong run-stuffing outside linebacker who's beginning to blossom as a pass rusher. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on third down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. From the gun on third down, Ryan. This is brought in by Hardy. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Get out!
The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now Ryan on second down. On the grab, it's Reuben Randall. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. So now it's first and goal. They'll run high. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They try again with Hyde. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in the nickel on third and goal. On third and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Justin Hunter, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone but made it pay off.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Let's just go ahead and go back through that play with his eyes, because he's got to read his keys. Run or pass right off the top. You're probably going to read an offensive lineman to see if he sets up in pass protection, if he fires out for a running play. The next thing is you're going to check and see what the back's going to do, and if he ends up with the football, okay, now you got to check and see. Does an offensive lineman come downfield and try to block you? Are you going to try to elude him? Are you going to take him on and hold your spot? What are you going to do? In this case, didn't have to do any of that. Saw all of his keys, saw the play in front of him, and ran clean to the ball carrier and finished off the play.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing here, Cutler. Hard throw, incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Brad Nortman on to punt it away. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. On second down, Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Justin Hunter, the one he was searching for. And that'll bring up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They pitch it out to Hyde. Oh, he bowls over him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us, and then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line, and they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Fresh set of downs here. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now Ryan on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then
and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Carlos Hyde, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. The drive begins with a run by Dixon. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
On 2nd down, it's Dixon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a cutback right sideline. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, They come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
And now a first down following that long gain. Now Cutler on first down. Flush to his right. Catch left side here by Aiken. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And here we go on first and goal. On first and goal, Dixon. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go. They're savored a little bit, but I run right back at them.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Trying to pound it in with Dixon. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's fourth down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Suckup will put this one right through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That's a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They'll run it. Here's Hyde fighting through. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They go play action here on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be first down Atlanta.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
A 10th carry for Hyde, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Now Ryan on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Tracy Porter with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He finds his target, Royal. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, here's Cutler. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Cutler will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trent Cole in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. He completes it to Hunter. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That was a nice completion on an out route, and those types of plays are the result of arm strength by the quarterback and timing by the receiver.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, They were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
To throw is Ryan. And this is Randall here over the middle. 23 yards on the play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Ryan on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And he motions the wide receiver. Five yards to go for the offense. First down, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Carlos Hyde as the first half is winding down, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. And it's 21-3. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Cutler on first down. Finding time. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now it's Cutler. Royal making the catch over the middle. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. Final play of the half. It's Cutler going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustmts that might be made defensively. The third quarter begins with a run by Hyde. And, oh, the ball's out. Hyde fumbled it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. Second down here. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On first down, Ryan. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
On first and 10, it's Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Good job by the O-line. Quarterback had time to go through his checks. That's one you need to take advantage of.
A perfect situation, and they're unable to take advantage of it. When you have that much time to scan the field, you have to find an open receiver.
Second down following the incompletion.
Let's go.
Again on second and 10, it's Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now Hyde running right. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, second and 7. Hyde, the lone man in the backfield. Play action. It's Ryan. And this is caught at the 8. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Justin Hardy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Brinza now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They'll throw on first down with Cutler. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On first and 10, it's Cutler. And left side here, it's Graham. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
There's completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Cutler now off the bootleg. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch.
Under pressure, he's going to go down. Look at this, way back around the 43. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On second down, here's Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time. The tight end, they can do their damage a different way, break a few tackles, and really scatter some people, can't they?
Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's high. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Now Ryan on 2nd down. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Here's Cutler to throw. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 12 yards is the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
I really don't know where to go with this one. He caught the pass, but in the opposite direction towards his own end zone. That's not one you get every game.
On second down, Hyde fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Third down, 15 yards still needed. Third and long, it's Ryan. He's got time, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Jonathan Bullard coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 18 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a Chicago first down. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second down now after the incompletion. Second and 10. It's Cutler again. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
On third down, Cutler. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here now come the Falcons. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. Carry number 20 here for Hyde. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Malcolm Jenkins up to make the stop.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And this is picked up by the Bears.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll start the drive with Dixon. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And his throw here is incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. So a 2nd down incompletion now brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Cutler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Cutler to Jeffrey on the hook up there. 59 yards. And at this stage, down in the 2nd half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Deion Jones in there to get him for a loss of 5. Now Cutler to throw on 2nd down. And he whips that one incomplete there. Kenneth Dixon, the running back, the intended target. And it's 3rd down. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Now Cutler on 3rd and long. Surveying the field. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Falcons grab it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to someone else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They come out here in the eye. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game. On 3rd down, Ryan. This is brought in by Hardy. A
A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Here's Hyde. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Second down following the run. They run. Hyde. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll extend this lead now up to 25. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On first down, it's Cutler. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's Cutler. He's got time in the pocket. Now a desperate, and at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.